I'm playing for Castlevania.
Symphony of the Night.
Man, that voice acting's bad, but I'll talk about it later. What is a man?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GSC Podcast. I'm your host, Lauchi, and as always, I'm joined by Johnny.
What's up, people?
Jamie C.
What's up, people?
And Channy Spagnoli.
What's up, people?
What's up, people?
Shall I go back to that?
What's up, people?
What's up, people?
What's up, people?
How are you guys?
We're good, right?
Well,
We're good.
Yeah, well.
Recovering after the weekend. Good times.
Yep. Good time.
Yep.
Don't even know what you're on about.
Don't even know what I'm on about. We'll keep that to
No.
ourselves. Sweet. So we'll start as we
Gay
always do.
intercourse with the podcast, guys.
Yep.
Anyway, with what we've been doing this week. So, Johnny, you're up, dude. What have you been up to?
What have we been doing? Oh, crepes. What have we been doing? We watched movies.
We did watch some movies.
Should we talk about it now, guys? Or later?
It's up to everyone else.
If you read the segments, it's next. So we'll do
Okay.
we'll do it as a collective.
We'll save the movie.
Fuck's sake.
Good start.
I know, it's going well. Just keep going with this pace.
We can roll with this.
Roll with this. Anyway, I've been
So back to the gay sex.
Yeah, that was fun. Janny, man.
It's always Janny.
Oh, fucking hell. Right.
Yeah. Anyway, video games. I've been playing Castlevania.
Which
on
one?
the-
There's
On
loads.
the Vita. Symphony of the Night, the PS1 one.
The one that people think is the best, but it's not as
It
good as
is.
Super Castlevania. What?
Exactly. That's what I think. The stuff on the games on the DS were really good.
I didn't play any of them, man.
What? You're an
I
idiot.
haven't played the DS games.
Idiot.
Don't hate me. They're a lot more like Symphony of the Night, though, right?
Don't hate, emulate.
Don't hate
What?
me. I imagine that's a T-shirt, man.
Probably. Anyway, it's really good. Get it on Vita, it's on sale. And the voice acting is the best.
The voice acting is absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so many quotable lines. It's almost as good as Resident Evil 1 in terms of quotable cheese, man. But
Almost. Yeah.
almost.
Other than Castlevania, what else have I been playing? Chivalry.
Chivalry, yes, we were
We've
playing
definitely
Chivalry.
What a great game. It's hard as balls, though.
I am terrible at that game, man.
Well, we had a good little run.
I had one game where I had, I think, a 0.8 kill death. I think that's a thing. Most of the time, it was just me dying repeatedly, killing our own teammates, and then having people screaming abuse in the chat box at me. Man.
Yeah, that was fun. What's the best way? It's based. Yeah, how do you describe the combat? Imagine Skyrim's combat, but not shit.
Skyrim's combat was okay.
It's floaty and unresponsive.
That's true. It's definitely better than Skyrim's combat. That's
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
It's kind of like a rock paper scissors type thing, really, with your 3 different attack types.
Yeah, it's true, and you can parry as well. So if you have good timing, you can parry a lot. But you can also like fake out. You can like start swinging your sword and then not swing, so you can fake people out. Quite technical, but I don't think anyone ever does that. I didn't see anyone fake out.
People probably don't need to do it for me because I just swing wildly and die. That's pretty much how it works, man. But I was surprised. That game is pretty much Call of Duty with swords, man.
Yeah, it's even called what was it called? Medieval
Warfare, yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
It works
Pretty
well.
good.
A lot better than I thought it was going to. And is that still on sale? I mean, we picked up when it was on sale, right?
We did. I think it might be off now, but it was like £6 when it was on sale. Otherwise,
Either way, I mean, the summer sale's coming. You'll probably see that for about 75% off. Like,
Definitely.
pick it up, for sure.
There's that summer sale I'm looking forward to. There's another game called Rogue Galaxy that just came out, which looks right up my street. But I'm going to wait for the summer sale for that. I think that might be on there, like 33% off, probably.
That was
Maybe half
the
off.
sort of side-scrolling dungeon crawler, right?
Yeah. And like once your character dies, like he's dead for good, but then you play sort of a descendant from him, and like he can inherit like skills or attributes from that character. So yeah,
the way Infinity Blade works on like the iPad, then.
yeah, kind of similar to that, but more of like a Castlevania styled game, where it's like a Harsboard fucking castle,
Awesome.
and then you just have to Yeah.
I'll look for it.
Anyway.
I'll look for it in the sale, man.
Yeah, look for it. I'll let everyone know. You have to buy it. That's me done.
All right, sweet. Jamie, what you been up to, dude?
Right. So last week I was like, yeah, I've nearly finished Far Cry, and then straight after the podcast I finished it. So that
great.
happened. Yeah. I don't know. The game's been out a long time now, so I don't really know if I can go into too much detail with the ending. But on the ending,
Just
you do get given two choices right at the end of the game. Like literally,
Yes,
one of the
you
last
do.
things you do is a choice of two things, and if you choose one and you go, well, that fucking sucked, you can't go back
Yeah.
and see the other ending either. I'd have
So
to
you
YouTube
can't
it like
you can't
then.
save just before it.
Well, no, because
No.
once you've done that ending, it like resaves and just goes back into the map as
Yeah.
an open world then, and like free to do what you want after that. But you can't replay the final missions. And like I say, that ending. Yeah,
Which
I
ending
came away.
did you pick, Jamie?
Well, for me, the game is all about. Like I saw it in the way that I'm building up and becoming something on that island.
Yeah.
Rather than like I kind of forgot about my friends. So
Oh dear.
yeah, the choice really is between your friends or just becoming one of the tribe basically. And I thought all this hard work, I'm one of the tribe now.
No, that ending is awful.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna have to
YouTube
the other ending. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are the pros and cons of each ending then?
One is like it's hard to. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Look.
Fuck it.
This isn't one of those massive masterpiece stories, man, that people give a fuck about. Like, if you don't want to hear the endings of Far Cry 3, just skip ahead about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah. So the whole game then is set around this island, and your brother's got his pilot's license. You're off celebrating on the way to your then girlfriend getting a part in some Hollywood film. So it's all very showbiz, all happening, and then you basically just get bummed in cages by this one set of weirdos, and then you're supposed to be helping the tribe rise up and take down Vass, while at the same time freeing your friends from Vass.
Okay.
So by the end, you're getting this whole like, you don't talk to us anymore, you don't come see us anymore, Jason. Like, what's going on? And then the other side, led by will.i.am, will be all like, no, you got to come back and like do this. And then then you're basically just forced to choose between the two of them.
So wait, no, but you still didn't. What's the pros and cons of each ending? What's the outcome?
Well, I haven't seen the other ending. So if
What
Johnny
happened in
tells
your
us that-
ending?
Tell us
Yeah.
the good ending first, then, Johnny.
All right. Well, the good ending's pretty much you save your friends from the island. That's pretty much it. You save and become the hero, and you get out, and yeah, you're the good guy. But the bad ending's a bit unique. Isn't
Yeah.
it, Jay?
What happened in the bad ending?
So in the bad ending, you find yourself with a knife to your friend, like your ex-girlfriend's throat. And to choose the tribe, you then slit her throat.
Yeah, you see that.
And then, yeah, it's quite brutal. And then I think you're like knocked out or something, aren't you? And when you wake up, you're being raped by the woman.
Yeah.
So she's
on
like,
top of you.
I got a baby from you now, and then she stabs you.
Like just on you,
Yeah, grinding.
like Alma in Fear 2 at the end.
Like proper rape scene, and then that's it. Apparently, she's pregnant without ever knowing.
Did you not
Yeah.
feel
You're dead.
violated?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she kills you.
Wait, she killed you?
Yep.
Yeah, she stabs you. Like once you've ejaculated, that's it. She stabs you.
That's it. She's got your seed.
I mean, there's
She has.
worse ways to go, but that must have made you feel like shit, man.
Yeah, well, when she looks like Tatonka, I bet it's not really that appealing.
I don't even know who that is, but what?
It's like gonna go Google image search Tatonka now.
I'll do it in a bit when we're not so pressed for stuff to do.
I'll put it in the podcast chat again, like I did last week.
Do it, man. Do it.
But yeah, so I think, yeah, like I said though, I chose that ending because I felt that was the most native to the way I'd been playing almost then, or it felt like the right line of, of course, because I felt like saving them had become like a side mission to the game, and so it just felt quite natural to be like, no, you've been a cunt to me, I'm gonna stay here now, I want to stay here. And he even talks about staying there throughout the last third of the game. He's saying like, I found my place here now, I know what I need to do. So it's like for the narrative then it wouldn't have made sense for me to take the other ending.
Just decide, like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to go back to my life before, even though I'm covered in tattoos and the blood of my fallen enemies. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
you can't really go back after that, man.
And then you get raped and killed. That's
Wow.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on a lighter note, on a happier note, I've also been playing Game and Wario.
Which
Nice.
I want to know about, man.
Half of it's a good game.
What?
Right. So the stuff from the old WarioWare games, that's few and far between on this one. It doesn't feel the same. It's like one game could last up to 5 or 6 minutes now, and I prefer the like 5-second quick fire. Do this quickly. Do this quickly. So that is still in there on a couple of the bits, but the main feel just goes well off of that now.
So is kind of distance from the WarioWare titles then?
Yeah, so it's got obviously Game and Watch would have been a little bit different to the WarioWare stuff, so it is a bit of a combination, whatever. But no, do you remember the little character 9-Volt, the little boy with the yellow helmet with the flashy stuff going on? Do you remember him?
No, not at all.
Never mind.
Not
Okay.
at all.
Never mind. He's the one who's still got the mini games, but he's got them in a really good way, and this is what really impressed me. You'll be playing the gamepad like a handheld console, and you're in your bed, and you've been told to go to bed and turn off your game. And while you're doing this, you have to keep an eye on the TV screen as well, because your mother might be creeping past the window and quickly open it, or she might open the door or appearing the TV. And if she does that and she catches you playing, then it's game over. But if you quickly pretend you're asleep, wait till she goes, and then carry on playing, it adds that frantic.
What
Yeah,
do you mean
I know.
if you pretend to be asleep?
You quickly hold down one of the triggers, and he pulls the
Oh,
quilt
okay.
off his head
I
and
thought the
pretends
TV.
to
I was gonna say that sounds fucking horrifying, man. Like, you've got to hide and shit.
No, on the TV screen, you can see yourself playing the handheld, and you've got like the view of the room, the TV to one side, door to the other, and the windows across the back wall.
Okay.
And yeah, so she'll slowly creep past, so you've got to keep an ear on and an eye on the TV, and really know what's going on. While these quick fire 5-second games, are getting more frantic, like on the handset. So that was the bit I was really impressed
That
with.
actually sounds really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So last night when you came around to pick up some Blu-rays, though, I just ended up doing some Miiverse artwork on it. So
I saw, man, some of your amazing ice creams and stuff that you were drawing. I don't know why. Is that from Game and Wario?
yeah, there's a Pictionary game in there in a sense. Like you have to quickly draw stuff, and then the other people have to guess it. But when you do the Miiverse part of it, you can take suggested words from the Miiverse, and then you have 60 seconds to draw it. So 4 words will flash up on your screen, and you have to quickly pick one of them to draw. And like you'll always find yourself like in a rush, like oh no, I don't know which one I can draw, or I don't know what to do. At one point, it was just like draw a piece of poo. You literally draw a piece of poo. And one time, he wanted me to draw Waluigi, and that's when I was like, lol, Barry chuckle.
The best one that I saw that you did was the Master Sword, and it was drawn, and then like it just looked like the Thundercat sword, and then next to it you just scribbled, "Lol, it's the Eye of Thundera" or something. Like, that was awesome.
I got a couple of years on the Miiverse for them though, so I'm enjoying that as well. Yeah,
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Sweet, was that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Janny, what have you been up to this week, dude?
Not a great deal, to be honest. I thought I'd start playing the cave. Played a little bit of that, and also started playing LittleBigPlanet karting. I thought I might as well start playing some of these free games I've been getting. But yeah, I haven't got really too far in either of them to talk about much.
You played a little bit of LittleBigPlanet karting. Has anyone else played that yet?
Yes.
So, how much does it feel like ModNation Racers, just reskinned with LittleBigPlanet?
That's the only way to describe it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, ModNation Racers was a good game, but
yeah, no, I agree. I really like ModNation, man.
Yeah, so again, I haven't been able to explore it. The tutorial takes fucking ages. Like
Not
you just
really.
want to get. Well, it does.
Like 15 minutes.
That's still when you
Hey,
boot
that's a
up a
long
game.
tutorial.
10 minutes.
No, that's a long ass tutorial when you're an experienced gamer and you just want to get in and mess around with options and stuff, and you don't have a lot of time on your hands for you going out. So I felt that was quite annoying. It really does pander. I mean, it's great for people just starting off, like kids and stuff. But for someone who's been playing for 20 odd years, you don't want to have to be fucking around with all that. So
Yeah,
that was
should
a
be
minor.
skip.
Yeah, there was a minor irritation, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up, as I've got some time on my hands next couple of months, that will be something I'll be looking to play, along with, quite a few other games that I've been receiving the past few months. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Before we move away from it too far, I was kind of upset, man, when LittleBigPlanet karting got announced. At first I thought, well, this kind of a natural progression for that universe. But then I found out it was by the guys that made ModNation Racers, and it just meant to me like, well, ModNation's dead then, and that's never coming back. And I don't know, I haven't spent enough time with LittleBigPlanet to see what kind of things you can make. But the actual racers in ModNation, you could pretty much make anything. Like, the download list is just completely full of every character you can even think of, man. And I don't know whether you can do that on LittleBigPlanet or not. Johnny, you've spent a lot of time with it.
Not the karting. I've not spent that long. You can certainly download characters and karts and stuff, or make your own. But I never really played ModNation, so I can't really compare.
Well, that was the other thing. I was looking to get into that as quickly as I could.
Yeah, but I did jump hop on and try a few online people tracks that people have made, and it seemed really good. It seemed people were comfortable with the editor and made some nice tracks, and it was pretty smooth. It was like, it's a good solid karting game.
But the other thing I was going to say is as well, I probably wouldn't be too disappointed because as good as ModNation Racers is, there was the characters were forgettable, like the whole storyline and stuff. So that's probably why they reskinned it. So I imagine the store would be very, very similar customization options with a lot of LittleBigPlanet influence in there. But again, I can't really comment too much until I've actually looked into it.
I would agree with you that the characters and stuff that they made up for their storyline and stuff were really forgettable. But I mean, I don't know anyone that would have chosen to use them. I mean, the first thing I did, I own ModNation on the Vita, which doesn't have online for some reason. Fucking stupid. But the first thing I did was go and download a ton of characters because all the customizations for the PS3 version were downloadable. Yeah. So I downloaded basically all the characters I could think of. I was playing as Ava Unit 1 from Evangelion most of the time. Right?
Bloody hell.
And all of the Mario Kart tracks as well. Like, people have made all of them pretty much. So I just went and downloaded all those. So it's pretty much Mario Kart with random characters like Master Chief and stuff in it. I thought it was really good. I don't know whether you'll get that same experience from LittleBigPlanet karting though. I think they made a big mistake with the Vita version of ModNation by not putting online in.
Yeah.
And that really hurt them. Way more people would have bought that game and played it if it had online.
And Vitas.
Vitas, yeah. It could have been a system seller, but I don't know.
But yeah, hopefully maybe next week or something I might be able to say a little bit more, and maybe a couple of weeks, we'll see when I get some time.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, and when you were saying that the PS Plus stuff starts real soon, right? Where you get the new games like Battlefield 3, Ninja Gaiden Sigma as well for Vita, I think you get.
Yeah. Yep, and DMC as well.
Ooh. Oh, and DMC. Super excited for that. Are you sure you get DMC?
It's either July or August. I know it's coming.
There was a picture leaked that I came across, and I threw it on somewhere.
That you came across. You come where you want. You come where you want.
It's quite credible because I think it had the previous 2 months, and both of them were spot on. And then it had next month's as well. So hopefully, those are what we're expecting. It's coming out tomorrow anyway, so we'll see what comes up.
So wait, before we move on, are we getting Sigma Plus or Sigma 2 Plus?
I think it's just Sigma Plus, isn't it?
So the first
one. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to play on my Vita.
It's literally one of the only Vita games that I've been kicking myself that I didn't pick up yet.
Yeah.
So it's well excited to play through it again.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, sweet. I haven't really done much, to be honest. I could have been doing literally anything last week. I ended up playing some more Magic, like a big faggot.
Are you enjoying it? You like it?
I do actually really like it, but at the same time, I'm so aware of how nerdy it is, man. It's
Fucking
bad.
douche.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I started playing Final Fantasy V again.
Really?
Because
On what?
That game's fun. Like, I just broke out my PS1 disc and stuck it in the PS3.
Oh, just because.
Yeah, just because I felt like playing one of those games, man. And
I
that
used to play
game
it for
is
6.
okay. And wait, what?
I need to play FF6.
FF6 is it's arguably the best one, man.
Yeah, I haven't
I
experienced
really
it yet.
enjoyed it. But I don't know, I feel like 5 is the one that, like, I haven't really put enough attention into, and, like, I haven't finished it ever, so
Yeah.
why not?
Well,
man?
look, because we're on Final Fantasy, I just want to mention about the you can get Cloud's Buster Sword
God.
and uniform.
I was just going to bring it up.
What do you... Jamie, do you know about this? Janny and Jamie.
No, what is it? Sorry.
So in Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, the
The new
yeah.
thing.
So like, is it a pre-order exclusive?
Yeah, you can pre-order it now, and the game's not out for 6 months.
Right. If you pre-order it now, you get Cloud's uniform and his sword. Like,
what,
as
like
like
for
an
Lightning to wear?
Yeah, for exactly, for Lightning to wear.
So what they've basically done is taken 3 iterations just to try and to confirm to everyone that when they created Lightning, they were trying to make Cloud.
Yeah, they always said that they wanted to make a
They
female
needed Cloud to make
The
Lightning.
sad thing is, she looks like Cloud as well when she's wearing it. Like,
Yeah.
that could be Cloud. Do you
Yeah,
know what
just-
the worst
just
bit
change
is,
the hair.
though? It
What?
feels like a fucking slap at this point, just like they're trolling us. Like, lol, you want a Final Fantasy VII remake? Here's a HD Buster Sword and outfit for Lightning in our new shit game. Like,
What if
Yeah.
that they're gonna reward fans who actually bought all 3 of them and had to endure the complete shitness, and so they finished all 3, that they actually get like Final Fantasy VII HD remix, and then that's it.
huh? I'll be fine with that, man, because I'll be the only one out of you fuckers that gets it.
Yeah, sorry, I'd rather gouge my eyeballs out than play any more Final Fantasy 13, the first one anyway.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 13-1, man, not a fan. 13-2, I got sucked in by the Pokemon stuff and finished it. I can't finish that DLC, though, because it sucks too bad. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish this last game. I don't want to. Square have done this to me. I'm just like a sheep, like programmed to buy their products at this point.
Can you do us a favour?
What?
Can you not buy it brand new?
You want
Like-
to buy a used copy just for the lols?
Yeah, because it's because of people like you is the reason why they made the 3rd one.
Probably.
And the better ones that everybody's waiting for aren't coming out.
Oh. Do you know what? It looks like they're learning their lesson, man. Final Fantasy
Yeah.
15 looks amazing. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. They've only been good recently, so if I give them more money, maybe they'll make better stuff down the line. That's maybe wishful thinking.
It's looking, it's looking hopeful though. 15 looks just amazing. Looks fantastic.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I spent a lot of money at the weekend on nothing, on sore legs.
Hey.
Happened.
Gay sex.
I'm
Yeah.
having gay sex with you guys.
That's fun.
And yesterday I saw This Is the End, also with you guys,
Yes.
which is a nice segue into our first topic of discussion.
This is the end.
This is the end.
So, came out on Friday, and I would have run it through that morning. Could not believe how good that film was, and then just basically forced you guys to take tickets for the Monday. You had to see it, basically. But yeah, please, everybody watch it.
All right, well, we're probably going to talk about this film with a lot of spoilers and stuff, so I'll put a note in the description of this video as to when like the spoilers finish. So look for that if you don't want to get spoiled, or if you don't care, listen to us like fan wank this film for a little bit because it was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yep.
All right.
Jenny, yeah, you liked it as well.
Jamie, what was your favourite bit of the film, man?
I don't know about a favourite bit, but I think for me, it's always nice to see someone like James Franco be able to throw himself into the mix, and I think that was the most impressive bit for me, is that he holds his own in this film and is just as strong as these actors who are known for their comedy, and he's known for all this other stuff. But he just shows that once again he can't be typecast. He's got so much going on, and he's very talented. like I said, I'm just impressed to see him be able to hold his own and have some of the funnier bits in the film anyway.
He was like super gay, man, for Seth Rogen. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was reading earlier that most of those paintings on the wall around his house he actually painted as well.
He painted.
No way.
Yeah, there you go. There's no end to his talents that he's painting as well. He's the Green Goblin and an artist.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he is pretty cool.
Jenny, what was your favourite bit, man?
I think it has to be where they're playing football with the head. I mean, that was. I was just in tears for. I mean, there's so many great bits I've probably forgotten, but the most memorable bit for me was that bit.
When Jonah Hill goes to pick it up, and then he's like, "Come on, guys!" and then he drops it. He's like, "Oh, it winked at me!"
And then when they go to put the cover on it, and he's like, it is just ridiculous. And the other bit. Sorry, I don't mean to take two bits, but had to be the Pineapple Express 2 remake.
When they filmed it on the camera that he used for 127 hours.
Yeah, and on that bit as well, then, as Ben was pointing out to us before the podcast, you can actually find that full trailer on YouTube.
Yeah, if you type
as
in
if
Pineapple
it was
Express
some sort
2.
of real trailer or real version of the Pineapple Express 2. But yeah, find that. It doesn't spoil anything in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's just worth a laugh if you're a fan of Pineapple Express.
It's worth a laugh if you want to see Jonah Hill as Woody Harrelson as well.
But yeah, definitely.
Johnny,
Yeah,
what was
did you see? Oh no, go on. Yeah,
no,
sorry,
carry
I
on.
forgot. No, I forgot we hadn't finished going through favourite bits.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Johnny, what was your favourite bit, man?
Quickly, the bits with Michael Cera were pretty jokes. But,
Yeah.
probably my favourite bit was when James Franco and Danny McBride were arguing. That bit when, which bit I'm on about.
When they're talking about coming with the porno.
I come wherever I want. I must admit, I was laughing non-stop during that
It was
bit.
well good. Jamie, what was his line from that?
Oh, it's just like, it's something along the lines of like, you've got fucking iPads built into your walls and here you are wanking over a magazine like a fucking pilgrim.
Yeah, that was,
my favourite bit was anything Danny McBride did.
yeah, he had a lot of good moments.
I mean, he does. Just quickly, he does play a very similar role to Red actually in Pineapple Express, which is, I don't know what it was, but a lot of it I was just like, it's very similar sort of characterization. I don't know if that was just me though, who got that impression.
Nah, I think a lot of it was like really Pineapple Express influence, because you got to assume that these guys are kind of like that, right? They're playing like a super crazy version of themselves in that film. So they would have wrote that film as like, if they were in that situation and funny stuff happened, like how would they react? So Danny McBride's probably just a bit like that.
Well, I mean, when speaking to Seth Rogen about writing the film, he did say that if anything, Michael Cera was the only one that probably wasn't like the real person, and everyone else was quite spot on.
I'm not surprised, because Michael Cera was just fucking coked out of his head.
Yeah.
Does this smell like coke to you?
Oh, him when he got the when he had the Capri Sun sippy cup thing.
Oh god, yeah.
He's getting sucked off at the front, rim from behind, sucking his drink. Sippy time.
Just that face as he just stares at him. So Johnny, how was it?
That's good.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh man. Oh. So, if anyone doesn't know what this film is, think Pineapple Express, the cast from that basically, like stuck in James Franco's house during the Judeo-Christian apocalypse. That's pretty much what it is, and it's awesome.
It's Book of Revelations meets Cheech and Chong or something. I don't know.
So, Jamie, what were your
Yes.
thoughts on the film as a whole?
I went into it expecting nothing. I thought it was going to be just like quick little money maker for them, and I thought it would just please the popcorn munching idiots that go to the cinema. But no, there's actually a lot of thought in there. You know, you got to think this is a film written by two Jews, and they're touching on some heavy matters here, and they handle them really well. It's a strong film, and I could watch it again and again, and I think the comedy level would maintain. But it's been a while since I've seen a film that funny.
Yeah, I'd agree, man. It's probably the funniest film I've seen in recent years. Definitely a buy, man, for me. I'm gonna pick that shit up on Blu-ray as soon as it comes out. It was awesome. There's so many bits that like just play on my mind. What's his name? Craig Robinson, is it?
Yeah, Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson, man, what a standout. I already thought he was hilarious in Pineapple Express. I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but my God. Pretty much every time him and Danny McBride were on screen, I was laughing. He did such a good job, and it was awesome.
Fucking hell for me, though, when Danny McBride... I was watching Pineapple Express again the other night. When Danny McBride shoots his fucking foot off after running him over with the car.
At the end of that,
they're great.
For no reason. It was awesome.
But did it make you want a Milky Way?
Yes. Yes, it did.
That bit, man, it's like they built it up near the beginning with James Franco, like it's my special food and stuff, man. And then when they were actually using it near the end, they're like, "I'll chew it up and like spit it into his mouth like a mama bird or whatever." And they like bit into it and then instantly like started eating it. I swallowed it by accident. Like, it was awesome.
Oh man.
Oh, shout out to Jonah Hill as well, man, with his amazing rape scene that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of demon penis in that film.
There is a lot. Full stop in that film.
Yeah.
They so okay, we did say we would like be talking about spoilers and stuff, but not into so much great detail though. But near the end, where they play that Whitney Houston song, they'd written this film before Whitney Houston died, and they actually made a joke. They had a joke written about doing cocaine with her, and then the minute she died, they just like get a rubber, scrub it out, and just be like, we'll just put her song in instead. Fucking hell! And the original ending was going to show some of the hellbound characters smoking weed with Hitler in hell as well.
That would have been a nice touch, but then again,
it would have also caused an uproar.
Yeah, that's true, man. This film's going to cause an uproar anyway. Let's be honest. Christians are crazy, man. That's it. That's your religion snipe for the fucking podcast. Have some of that, you bastards.
Well, as long as it didn't show the hellbound characters having a shower with Hitler, I think we're all right.
Oh, that's religious snipe number 2.
There you go. We're nearly there. We just need paedophilia and racism, and we've got the bingo card again.
That's all right. We've got more things to talk about. I'm sure we can fit them in.
Yeah.
So, other things that happened this week. Don Mattrick left Microsoft to become the CEO of Zynga.
Yeah, that happened. So what's that going to do for him?
I don't know. What do we even think of that guy? How long was the Xbox 360 on the market for? 8 years?
Yeah.
Right? It can't have just been me that thought that the Xbox 360 was getting shitter as the life cycle went on.
Well, no, that's true. I mean, you can just tell by the fact that none of us here... In fact, am I the only one who owns an Xbox now?
I still own mine, but it's boxed up, ready to be sold.
Yeah, well, mine's... All right. So none of us have actually got Xbox plugged into their TV, and I actually can't remember the last time I turned it on. So, I mean, that says a lot, and considering we're quite avid gamers, and none of us had a PS... Well, sorry. We weren't early adopters of the PS3 in the slightest, and I only got one because it was cheap.
Yeah,
I,
360 was my first one.
I bought my PS3 at launch, so count me out. That one.
Yeah, that's why I sort of retracted what I said.
I didn't really play it, though, to be honest, for years, really.
Yeah. It sort of gradually gained steam, I think. Yeah, no. Sorry, you go on here.
Basically, is he the guy to blame for Kinect? Because Kinect just fucking ruined any faith I had in Microsoft, man, and the Xbox brand. As soon as Kinect started coming around and like doing his stuff, I just didn't want to be there anymore.
I think my biggest concern with Kinect was I was afraid that Microsoft would throw a lot of their focus on that and forget about core gamers. And to be fair, they've not really done that, but I don't know. They've sort of forced developers to throw in the Kinect in their games, and it's not really been executed well.
I hate the label on the front of the games, man. Better with Kinect.
That's just loud.
No, it's fucking not.
Like, don't tell me.
Like, how is it better? Like Mass Effect, you can give your squad commands using the Kinect. Like, I've got a fucking headset. What's stopping me doing it with the headset? Why do I have to buy your Kinect for that?
The headset that came free of the box when you first bought it.
Exactly. Like, Tom Clancy's End War did it with the headset, so why can't these other things? They just want you to buy a Kinect for no reason. I hated it, man. Sorry, I'm getting angry. I fucking hate the Kinect.
No, do it. Get angry. Last time you got angry, you didn't hit record.
Yeah, waste all our times again. Woo! No, I mean...
I just double-checked it is recording as well.
No, I think my biggest... I think I said this the other week. My biggest disappointment with Kinect is the fact that Rare, since Microsoft have taken over Rare, that their last non-Kinect game was Nuts and Bolts, the Banjo-Kazooie game, I think. And that's quite tragic. But again, there's no point talking about the same thing again. But yeah, that was my biggest disappointment with the whole Kinect thing, is they've kind of stifled one studio for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's to blame for Kinect, and I'm sure he made them a lot of money as well. Like, and Zynga definitely needs that at the moment because everything's fucking falling apart for them, isn't it?
Well, they're thinking further than Titanic did.
Yeah, I mean, they made a lot of bad decisions, man. Buying the guys that made Draw Something.
Oh my god, Pop.
Yeah, oh my god, Pop,
OMG
for
Pop,
$200 million, right? And then that game flopping straight away. They've now shut down that studio as well. Like, so that's basically $200,000 purchase price plus all the wages they've been paying to the Oh My God Pop staff for that time, just pissed away. Like, nothing came from that.
That game was so strange. Like, absolutely everyone was playing for it, playing it for about a week, and then just everyone stopped at the same time. Like, even we were playing it, weren't we? We're like, oh yeah, this game's awesome. Then just forgot about it like a week later and just never went back to it.
Yeah,
but
I think
it happened to everyone.
I think that's like most normal people enjoy doodling, right? But they don't enjoy doodling a lot. You don't doodle often, right?
Or doodling on their phone, like it's proper shit. Doodling on your phone.
I mean,
not precise. I got frustrated because I couldn't do it properly on the phone.
It worked with the 3DS as well, though. The 3DS had the note feature, right, where you could draw each other little notes and send them to each other. And we did that as well for like a week. Like,
that's true.
To each other, and then it just stopped because nobody wants to be drawing little notes to each other like for that amount of time. I don't know. It was stupid of them to invest that money though, but we'll see. Maybe Don Mattrick can bring them into line and save them.
We'll see.
I hope not. I hope he fucking runs them into the ground like he did with the Xbox. To be honest.
Well, all you have to do is just turn up and go and do fuck all, and then he's pretty much done that. But I think this is going to touch on again on the stuff we were talking about, how mobile gaming and how I was saying that it's just not a viable business option in the long term, because the only way it can really work properly is they draw you in with something. Pardon the pun. They draw you in with something free. That was totally unintentional, you see. But anyway, yeah, they draw you in with something free and then try and get you with the microtransactions. Now, for someone like me, I'm not someone who buys anything, so they make absolutely fuck all money from me. This is, I don't know. Zynga's just seem to be. They seem to be like. I'm not sure. I would hate to say that they represent the market as a whole, but it's a good indication. I read
a really good article about this. I forget the author of it, but I mean, if you Google skill games versus cash games or money games or something, you should find it. Basically, like, most of the industry at the moment is making money games where like you don't need to have skill as much as money to like actually beat them. But like what they're trying to do, a lot of companies, is like disguise money games as skill games, or maybe start their game off as a skill game and then transition it into a money game. And it's actually really complex and kind of disturbing, like the thought that goes into it. Apparently they're targeted at the demographic of 17 to 25, right? Because at that point, I shit you not, this is all that was in the article. Like, your brain is still developing and stuff, and you're less likely to like think in your head, no, I shouldn't spend money on this. So like that's the age demographic that they're going for. And oh god, fuck's sake, I read it. It was really good. Google that. Google skill games versus money games. You'll probably find the article, and it's a really good read regarding this subject. So,
I was trying to look as you were talking there. I couldn't find anything. Couldn't really find what you were talking about. But there was a perfect thing here about Candy Crush. Just one article that says represents everything that's wrong with mobile gaming. But the one thing that strikes me is it was funny before we started, or before Jay was started writing up what we're going to be talking about. I was like, I can't actually remember the last time I played games on my phone. Like, and I find that quite strange because I've got all the top mobile games pretty much, or at least free versions of most of them, and yet I actually cannot remember the last time I picked up my phone and go, do you know what? I want to play this. You know, I want to play Draw Something or Candy Crush or fucking Angry Birds or something like that. Or even Tetris. I fucking love Tetris. You know.
For me, it was a long time ago, like probably getting on for 2 years ago, man. Back when I had my iPhone, I had a Korean RPG called Crimson Gem Saga on it. And that was amazing, man. That was really good. I think it was quite expensive for a mobile game, like £10 or something. But it was like a fully fledged sprite-based RPG, and that was really cool. But everything, I don't know, I haven't been able to find games like that on Android. Most of them are just like your average mobile tat, like that just wants money out of you. So I don't know. I don't think the mobile space will ever be like a viable gaming solution for me personally, because I don't like the practices that go on there and stuff.
Well, that was my point before. Was basically the reason why I don't see it as a long-term future is because the whole point in a mobile gaming is you pick it up, you play it for a bit, and put it down. Remember, you just have to look at the 5110 when you had Snake on your phone. You know, you played that quite a lot when you first had it, and then you got to a certain point, you're like, I can't be asked to play anymore.
I don't think I ever got to that point, man. I played a fuck ton of Snake.
Yeah, I put a lot of hours into it, but again, I first of all, it wouldn't be something I was ever going to pay for, and it's always got a finite life. You know, it's got no story, the graphics were quite basic, you know, but that just sums up the mobile gaming industry. I can't look at a small screen or even a 5-inch screen for that long, or you know, want to get engrossed. So for me, that's what.
How big's the Vita screen?
5 inches.
About 5 inches. Yeah, I can't agree with you, man. 190 hours of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite says you're wrong.
I know I shouldn't have said anything with that, should I? I looked at my Vita just as I said that. I was like, fuck.
Dude, you've been playing Persona 4, haven't you, on it as well?
Yeah, I retract that
it,
last. I retract that last statement.
I think it's got a lot to do with the Vita screen though, because it's OLED, right?
So it's obviously HD. So
yeah, it's not harsh on your eyes as well, like because it's really naturally lit and stuff.
But there's one key thing that makes that different, and the DS different to mobile gaming, is that they're games consoles.
That's true.
You know, when I'm playing,
buttons. The biggest thing for me is that they have buttons.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, if I get a phone call, I'll pause my PS Vita. If I get a phone call when I'm playing a mobile game, I'll take the phone call and then I'll probably end up putting it down and doing something else. It's as simple as that. You know, when I finish my phone call, I turn around, my Vita's still there on pause. I'll pick it back up again. If I'm playing on my phone, I'll get distracted, do something else. So it's those little things that psychologically you're just like, well, that's all it's going to be. Is just a pick up and play thing.
It's quite interesting talking about mobile games. Jay, do you even play games on your mobile, or have you ever played games on your mobile?
Do I fuck? Do you remember a few weeks back we were talking about, we had a massive discussion on mobile gaming, didn't we, and how it's not really aimed at us, but I think every time I get a new mobile, I'll have a little mess around, have a little playthrough on there, but then it's lost to me. I mean, it's like I said, it's not there for me. I've got better things to do.
Yeah, can you think off the top of your head of a single game that you've actually gotten into on your mobile? Because I don't remember you ever saying, oh, I'm playing this mobile game. Like, I've heard it from pretty much everyone else. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard it from Johnny either.
Nope. Nothing's ever caught my eye.
The Limit, I think when I was first on BlackBerry, it suited the Sudoku game when that came out. I would have probably played that quite a lot, but that was more because I was travelling on trains a lot at the time as well for work. But no.
See, that says something, because in terms of actual handheld gaming, you're probably one of the biggest handheld gamers I know, man. You're all over the 3DS, man.
And that's 3.5 inches across.
Yeah, I
Even
really wish I
smaller.
had no mouse. But yeah, I think we've hit the nail on the head. So what were we talking about beforehand? Sorry, would have been my fault. We just went off on a
Yeah,
different
you went off on one.
Yeah, we've been on a massive tangent. Originally, we
We
were
have
talking about
derailed.
Don Mattrick
Zinger, that
leaving
was it.
Microsoft.
That's it.
But now we've spiraled all the way into mobile gaming.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's quite an interesting thing, but I don't think he's going to be able to turn around the fortunes. They'll probably end up making more cuts, having a more core base for mobile games, and that's the only way they're going to try and rekindle their fortunes. But they're not going to be worth half of what they used to.
My biggest question is, has he left because he doesn't have faith in the Xbox One? That would be our analyst thinking that the Xbox One is going to be that badly beaten in the next gen that he wants to jump ship and fuck off somewhere else.
I should have looked at the numbers going into this. Sorry, but now it's crossed my mind to think when you say this, we should have looked at the shares in Microsoft.
Well, there's
before and
usually
after.
when you're that high up in a company, right? There's usually something that's gone on when you move, right? Because when you're in that position at like a popular company like Microsoft, you're doing the Xbox thing, like that's pretty secure job wise, man. Like,
Yeah.
especially if they think they're poised to take the next generation as well. Why would you want to leave if they're going to be the biggest on the scene again? It's a weird one.
If they're
Man.
boasting and if they think they could be the biggest console after Christmas, then surely the money would have been there for him. Because let's face it, that's what it's about. When you're that high up, you're there because of the money.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually fucking do any work ever.
Oh,
The thing, talking quickly about the shares, I think most of that would have been affected at E3 anyway. I mean, Sony's jumped, I think, almost 9% or something. That was following Microsoft's Xbox One announcement. No, sorry, when was this? May 22nd. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. After the Microsoft press conference when they announced the Xbox One, that's it. The Sony share price jumped nearly 9%. So I think share price wise, it's not really going to have that much of an effect. But let's see. I'm just having a quick check. Yeah, I don't think they would have had. I don't know really. I mean, what else could he? I don't think it's really going to have that much of an effect because it's already been developed and it's in the pipeline now. So him leaving isn't really going to affect.
But no, I mean, I think it would because that's how the floor works, isn't it? That's how things work. It's all buy, sell, and it's so quick. And that sort of news is enough for a company for people who have those shares in them to think, shit, I need to pack up shop and leave. I need to sell my shares in this company quick now, or is it the time to buy them? But if they put somebody else in charge, like in his position, who's bigger and better, will you see them go up and so on? Like it's worth keeping an eye on.
yeah.
Well,
I'd
actually,
be interested. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, quick. I was going to say on the flip side, I've just seen Zynga's share price jump more than 10% following his appointment. So there you go. There is some confidence there.
To be fair, like I said, they were on a downward spiral. Any gleam of hope is going to do them some good. I'll be interested to see who takes his place at Microsoft. Do we know that yet?
No.
No, they haven't said anyone yet.
That'll be announced soon, and we'll see who it is. Maybe they'll be lucky and they'll get someone good. Like, I know it sounds like I'm wanking PlayStation all the time, man. But Mark Cerny, the guy who was like one of the lead architects on developing the PS4,
He's awesome.
Architect. Yeah, I listened to a speech that he gave the other day.
Yeah, I watched it live.
You watched it as well, yeah?
Yeah.
That guy is so cool, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. He should do all of Sony's speeches.
Totally. Do you guys know the painter Bob Ross?
No.
He did that. He did those painting shows, The Joy of Painting. He's basically the Bob Ross of video games. Like he's got such a relaxing voice. I can just listen to him all day.
Yeah. He's got a very nice relaxing voice.
But when you see him talking about like the company and stuff and like what the things that they've been doing and things like that, like it just seems completely different from the way Microsoft look at it all.
Yeah.
Like, it's strange, man. I mean, he was talking about like the PS4 being pretty much made for like the developers, right?
Yeah.
Like how like they were instrumental in deciding what was going to go inside it and making sure that they had the development kits, like 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they've been working on, studios have been working on PS4 games for 2 years already so that they could get used to making games. That just, it all makes sense, man. I don't know.
It's nice when they're honest, because he was saying that the PS3, they made a lot of mistakes with the PS3 and they didn't really know what they were doing.
Well, he didn't say it directly, but he did totally blame the PS3 on Ken Kutaragi. He was like, Ken wanted the PS3 to have cell processor and stuff, and he was like, the cell processor is really powerful, but it's very hard to use and stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
I love how much respect he had for Shuhei as well, man.
Oh yeah, the little boy from Japan. Love it.
Gotta love Shuhei, man.
He's the best. Follow him on Twitter @Yosp.
They're making good decisions anyway. Do you see the reason that the PS4 is so much cheaper than the Xbox One is because they chose to not include the PlayStation Eye?
Yeah.
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 So it saved them about $100.
That's such a clever move, man. Microsoft could easily have done that.
Well, there's two different angles because one, because Microsoft does have the Kinect in every single box, you won't have this fragmented audience. So you can, if you want Kinect features in your game, you can, because obviously everyone has the Kinect, so there's not this weird dichotomy of people who have it and people who don't. So you can't put a feature in a game and have it.
Yeah. So you're looking at no, that's not me. So you're looking at developer buy-in with that. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but the general consensus is that not everybody wants that Kinect feature, and not everyone's going to want the PlayStation 4i either. I mean, unless they bring out something specifically for the PlayStation 4i.
Well, that's it, Ben. Don't forget they spent a lot of time on their controllers for the PS4. It's got that huge glowing light just for the PlayStation Eye.
Just for the Eye, yeah.
So they obviously heavily involved the Eye toy in the next thinking of making the console. So I'm wondering, are they going to actually use that feature now, or will developers not bother because people won't be buying the Eye toy?
Giving people the option is better than jacking up the price for no reason. Do you know what I mean? If they bring out something that is really if it turns out that the PlayStation 4i is really useful to user experience, right? Or there's some specific games that are only for the PlayStation 4i which are really good. I will buy a PlayStation 4i to play them to access.
Even I was thinking about that. If they use some really cool features with the controller, because you've already got half the thing, haven't you? It's basically a Move controller, but it's already built into your PS4 controller. So you've got half the tech right there. So if if they make some really cool experiences with the Eye toy, it might be worth picking one up. I'll definitely keep. Exactly. There was a really cool. There was a cool thing that they demonstrated where, say, if you're playing multiplayer, with your friend on the couch, and you're on the left and he's on the right, the screen knows which side you're sat. So say if you go over to the other side, it will switch the screens over because it can sense where the controllers are in the physical space.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, stuff like that seems pretty novel, and if they have some cool features, we'll see. I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I appreciate them giving me the option because when I was using my Xbox, I didn't ever buy a Kinect because there was nothing available for Kinect that I wanted to play. So Xbox One, again, I'm probably not going to pick up until they knock the price down a bit, mainly because I don't want to play all of their Kinect games, and I think that's a big focus for them at the moment. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's a good choice. It allowed them to get the cheaper price point, which is obviously going to look more appealing to more people. But I don't know. What do you guys think in general?
Well, I mean, for me, I think it's the difference between being able to afford one at launch, being able to get that extra game or 2 extra games now instead, and just having the choice, because the Kinect had nothing, But then, to talk about that developer buy-in, do we now have to see a first-party game really take it by the horns and run with it and get a good game out of it?
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what they do, because I'll be honest, nothing on the PlayStation Move for the PS3, with the ice.
Oh, that was shoddy as well.
Yeah, nothing.
No, it
really
wasn't shoddy. It had some really nice tech. but just no one took advantage of it. That sports championship, do you remember like the stuff with the sword and stuff, like one-to-one movement? That was amazing, but yeah, no game took advantage because no one really had it.
The
So
only
it's surely
game-
application.
Frisbee
then.
golf.
Yeah, the only game I played using the PlayStation Move was Killzone 3. And I'll be the first to admit that was cool. I had the gun accessory and everything. So it worked well until about halfway through the game. And then sort of the limitations of that control scheme like really came to light, and I had to switch back to pad to finish it. So
Yeah, but just think, they could have had their own Skyward Sword on the PS3, like HD, like really nice like swordplay combat. But I don't know, because no one really had it. They didn't really
I'll be
they
honest,
just feared that flop.
Skyward Sword's control scheme is what I hate about it most, man.
See, once you get into it, it's quite good. I
Uh,
enjoyed it.
It looks
I enjoyed
It
it.
looks silly as well because you're constantly running around with the sword pointed straight up to keep the power in it, ready for like your first blast and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just running around like a tool. I don't know.
But it's
It was
when,
alright.
when the Wii launched and Twilight Princess came out on both formats at once. I got the Wii version and then went back the next day and traded it against the GameCube version. Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
just
the
couldn't
GameCube
do it.
version's much better.
Yeah, just
They were
can't.
mirrored as well, right? When they first
Yeah,
came
mirrored.
out.
Because I've only played the Wii. I've still got the Wii version.
See, I only played the GameCube version.
I wish I had the GameCube version. Do you have it, Ben? No, you
No.
got it.
I lent it to a friend back when I was in college, and I never got it back. He stole it.
That game is like rocking horse shit as well now.
Yeah, it's extremely rare.
Yeah, he fucking conned me, the bastard. I think he nicked my Resident Evil 4 for GameCube as well. Damn him.
You know how to pick your friends.
I know,
Who
right?
is this? Name and shame them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tell them they're a cunt on the podcast.
You know you are if you listen to this podcast, you cunt. There we go. There was also a petition started for Nintendo to drop the region lock from their consoles.
Yeah.
Really?
So what we've seen, obviously now in the last couple of weeks, we've seen that there isn't going to be region locking on the PlayStation. That was announced at E3, and then part of Microsoft's backtracking would now enable no region coding, so that's fine. But the 3DS and the Wii U do operate with a region locking on there. So all we need is the firmware download, and you're fine. That's the only difference between me playing a copy of Scribblenauts Unlimited and not at the moment. So hurry up and do it, because I want to play Scribblenauts, you bastards.
Just get
So-
CJ.
Wait,
Play it on
this brings me to like an interesting point. Do we think these petitions and fucking hashtag campaigns and stuff actually work? Because
Well,
I
they
get the
must do.
feeling that people have been playing it up a lot recently, right? With the whole Sony no DRM like Twitter campaign and
Well,
stuff.
it most definitely works because the Xbox One, like 180,
Yeah,
that was purely
no.
because they got feedback.
I'm
Mass
And
Effect
fairly
3.
sure. I'm fairly sure
That
it's
scared
purely
them
to do with the
shitless.
fact that they were getting what was it 6-1 like lost like 6 PS4s to 1 Xbox One pre-order wise.
Yeah, but Ben, what
Yeah.
about Mass Effect 3's ending? I've never
Yeah.
seen a company do such a just to cave in like that because the fans didn't like it. That was probably one that started it all, or the most high-profile one that started it all off.
What were they going to do in that situation, though, man? Like they built up those games and gave us like a really bad, like unsatisfactory ending, man. Of course, they had to do something. Like they
Yeah,
must.
but
They should have seen it coming. This was a game series completely built across 3 titles on your choices, right? And then they ham-fished you into one single ending, basically. Like all they did with that DLC was give you a second ending, pretty much, where you lose.
Yeah, but they could have easily just turned around and go, "No, fuck off, that's the game."
Yeah, but then
well,
that would have
that's the art,
completely damaged their like customer loyalty and stuff. Like if they'd have done that, if they'd have been like, "No, fuck you, we're not changing anything," like I wouldn't have bought Dragon Age 3. But because they did do it, I can't wait for Dragon Age 3. So
But
that's
this-
precisely why they did it.
The one thing that worries me is, without sounding like a gaming dinosaur again, back in the days of like the SNES, N64, or anything, even PS2 and GameCube, they couldn't do this. They couldn't change a game. They had to release it what it is. So it's either laziness on the developer's part, and because they want to churn out a game once every, in EA's and Ubisoft's case, once every year on a franchise, or it's the fans demanding too much. Now, Mass Effect 3 is probably more in a case of it was the publishers and developers who got a bit lazy and just came out with one and just couldn't be bothered to do it. Or
I don't know. I don't want to say couldn't be bothered to do it. I appreciate that was the ending that they envisioned for the series, right? Right. And when it's a game like, I guess it's not spoilers to talk about the end, like a game like The Last of Us, right? That had an amazing ending that everyone should check out by playing the game, right? And that was their vision, and they were like, no, this is the ending of our game. Like, a lot of their playtesters didn't like it and stuff, but they were like, no, this is our ending, right? But that is a very linear game that tells you a very specific story. Whereas Mass Effect was a game completely built on choice, which led up to one single point, pretty much, where they were like, no, this is our ending. Well, like, the rebuttal is...
So laziness on the publishers and developers, then?
Exactly. Well, I just think it was short-sightedness in planning the end of the game, like, rather than giving people the choice to have a vastly different array of endings or whatever. I think that's what Mass Effect 3 should have been built for, rather than building towards the climax that they gave us, to be honest.
But does this mean then that modern games are being designed... But what worries me is that modern games can now be designed to be the ending can be edited, and it makes you think, well, what exactly am I buying here? Are we going to start getting half-finished games, and then they're going to develop, carry on finishing it off, give you half a game and finish off the rest of it and unleash it as free DLC?
Well, that already started, didn't it? That's been going on for a while. Minecraft is the biggest example of that. That game started being sold in its alpha stage, so you bought it then and it only had so many features, and then over the next few years it was built up to the game that it is now.
But Minecraft is a very different sort of game, though. But sorry,
with that game as well, though, you had a cheaper price point on its initial release, right? And now as more and more is added, if you are a new buyer to the game, then you are paying a higher price now than those who were an early adopter to it.
I mean, in the broader sense, that's true across the board, though, isn't it? Because you buy the game for £40, $60, and then all the DLC and stuff comes out, and that fleshes it out. And then, after a year or so, you get a Game of the Year edition for the same price with all of the added content, which is like the actual definitive version of the game. So it happens a lot.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, maybe gamers are being a bit too spoiled. As I said, I know why they
definitely.
did it.
But don't forget, NES games were £60 when they first came out, weren't they?
No, I'm not. Price point aside, though, I think, don't forget, with a NES game, I would still have the same ending as you have, regardless of what happened. If everyone hated it, the game would be slated for it. You can't. I don't think it's right. You release a game, they say, right, this is our ending, and everyone's like, oh, we don't like that ending. You should do it like this. Or they turn around and say, well, we're going to release this game. We're not really too sure how we're going to finish it, but we'll release it what we've got, and then we can just finish the rest depending on reaction. That's my biggest concern of what's, in basic terms anyway, where it's going.
I think for me though, if you look back at a NES game, you complete a NES game and then you don't like the ending, who do you tell? You have your select friends that are local to you, and those are people that you respect, and you might share the same opinions of, because you're going to be similar people if you're going to be friends. But in this day and age where we've got this social media, you end up talking to people online that are absolute twats. Like, you don't like these people. They are just the anonymous face of the internet who,
vocal
because
minority,
they don't,
we like to call them.
Well, the thing is, they don't have to announce themselves as who they are, therefore they can say whatever they want, because there's no real repercussion for them. So that creates, that's a snowball effect in itself. But like I say, you go back to when you were younger and you didn't have the internet and you didn't have these things, the people around you were going to be people that you actually like, not compared to the people online these days that are just idiots.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I mean, don't forget, to take it to another extreme, if everyone said, oh, Shepard should run around in a thong for half an hour for the final ending, and enough people put enough backing towards it, in theory, that could have happened.
They wouldn't have done that, man.
Then they would have just got accused of ripping off Saints Row or something.
No, but
the change.
it's true though.
Wait.
Whilst we're on
the topic of Mass Effect 3's ending, have you guys even played the extended cut DLC?
I've not finished the original. I haven't finished it. The game at all.
You're in a good position to play the ending with the final cut DLC, man, if you do choose to play it. and you won't see a lot of the problems that everyone had with the ending, man. But it wasn't just giving them a new ending. Basically, fans had a lot of problems with a lot of plot holes that happened in the last half hour of that game, and the Final Cut DLC like addressed pretty much all of them. Like, it basically fixed their ending rather than changing it. It fixed it to a degree where, like, I think it's good now. They even just giving you that other option where you can fail and, like, that is the end. Like, you lose the war, like, everyone dies. That's the end, right? That's better than the one ending they gave me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I say one ending, like, it was just yellow, red, blue, or whatever it was. No, green, red, and blue, like, waves that go across the galaxy in the end. Essentially, it was the same thing, but I don't know. I liked the ending. It was good. Anyway, Nintendo, fucking region lock. I think it's a good thing, but people shouldn't whine for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, go back to the point we were saying about the NES games and when you were younger. Again, you didn't have online to be able to have access to these things before, so it wouldn't have been an issue then for that either.
Can you imagine how bad it would have been? Can you imagine if Mass Effect was a NES game? You'd have had to fucking send your cartridges back. And send you out a new one.
In an ideal world, though, we wouldn't need this region locking at like business. It wouldn't matter because they just release all the games in all the territory at the same time.
If I want to buy a CD, I can buy it from any country in the world.
That's true.
Why would you want to buy a CD when there's MP3 downloads?
I'm just giving you an example. There's never been region locking on a CD, so why do we have it?
Because I'm pretty sure like the tax and stuff involved in gaming is different. Like it falls under a different category, I thought the actual amount of money that like they have to sell a game for to make the same amount of profit is different all over the world. So if you're importing from a different territory where like it would work out cheaper, like they're going to be losing money on you if like. Wait, this isn't making sense. It's kind of making sense. If you bought it in this country, they'd make more money than importing it.
Was there not a problem with formatting though? I thought that was the reason why it first came in, that there was like the NTSC system was different to the PAL or something, and that's why they were region locked because of problems with playback and stuff.
That's long in the past now, though, isn't it?
We're beyond that.
That's where it would have originated from, though, isn't it?
You could still, like, you'd look at region locking now. I could still import a game from Australia because they do still use a PAL system, the same as us. So in a sense, it's still there, but not to the extreme. Like, if you've got that region locking firmware in there, you'd still be able to import from Australia.
Yeah. Well, all right then. So. In summary, then.
Hang on, why would you want to? Because they're really expensive there, aren't they?
They're really fucking expensive.
Yeah. Fuck Australia. You can keep your convicts and you can keep your games.
Is that a photo?
And that's another one.
Right.
Ding, ding, ding.
In summary, then, region locking, like unlocking the consoles, is a good thing. But what do you think about the whole like petitioning for it to happen?
Well, I think you should voice your opinion. You know, if a company's doing something you don't like, you should have your say. Like maybe not like whine about it, but yeah, I think petitions are a good thing.
Hashtag, man.
Whether they listen to it or not.
Personally, I think unless they've actually asked you, I don't think you really have a right, because you always have the choice. You either buy the product or you don't, right? So as much as I think region locking's a bit archaic, no matter how you look at it, because. You know, if you want to buy something, they're literally saying, no, we don't want your money. But for there to be a massive uproar about it, again, you know, you have a choice. You know, there's more important things to worry about than whether or not you get to play a game which, I said, about 15, 20 years ago, you probably wouldn't even heard of. Because it may never have come out over here.
It was just a twinkle in their mummy and daddy's eye at the time. I don't know.
All right, so... Cool. Do you know if all games were downloadable though, we wouldn't have this problem, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what game's downloadable and is a new episode coming out? Oh, do you see what I did? There's a new Walking Dead episode.
How long have we known about this game?
It got announced about 2 weeks ago.
And it's out today in America.
And there was a trailer released and a release date of this week, man.
Yep.
Brought out this week.
So it's a midway, isn't it? It's between seasons of the game. So this is just a one-off episode. It's going to sit nicely in between the end of season 1 and the start of season 2. Am I right?
Yeah.
And have you played season 1? I still haven't.
Right. I've played the first 3 episodes of season 1. I've got them all. I've got the final 2 episodes sat on my Steam account ready to play. I just haven't got round to them yet. But seeing this trailer and seeing this like release announcement makes me want to finish those games and carry on, mainly because in that trailer I'm fairly sure that was Clementine and she looked a hell of a lot older than she did in the first game.
Say what?
Yeah, I'm talking like a few years older, man. And that's in a trailer. Come on, we're talking about this game. People are going to check the trailer. Like, so what that says to me is A, this game takes place a few years after the first game, and B, how fucking long has this zombie outbreak been going on in the Walking Dead universe? Like, what's the time frame between the start of the comics or the start of the show and where they are now? I thought it was only about a year.
Oh, no, they go through a couple of winters. Winters.
Winter is coming.
Winters, yeah.
So
there's a few years in there.
yeah, I'm saying she looks a few years older, so I don't know whether they're going from... Because the original Walking Dead game was set 3 months before the start of the show and the comic, right?
Take your panties off.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this could be like one of the furthest ahead, like in the timeline sense, settings that we've seen in that universe. So that makes me excited straight away. You said you noticed some stuff in the trailer, Jamie. What did you notice?
No, I didn't. When did I say that?
You said Michonne had a horse.
No, that's something else.
What the fuck is that?
That's something else. They've it's not officially, so I'll move on to this now that you fucking put me there. But they so they haven't officially revealed it, but it's been shown off because of Comic-Con coming up and stuff, that the Walking Dead TV series coming back in October. They've got the first banner for the show coming back, and if you can go find it online, you'll see it's got Daryl, it's got Rick, it's got Tyrese flying through the air with his little pickaxe thing, and then it's got Michonne on a horse.
Do you reckon Tyrese is going to survive this season?
Right. Without
going
going too much over the graphic novels. Well, I could go into saying what I think they've done, but no, the point is he's one of the better characters through the early stages of the graphic novel. So I'd like to see him hang on a bit and maybe become what he is in there. Start to feel a bit more confident, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's very scared through those episodes that he's in. Mate,
really, really scared. I actually didn't like him, really. Like, that much at all. The bit where he got, like, really self-righteous when... actually, no. Okay, that one bit where he got really self-righteous and had a fight with that one guy, right? Being as
yeah, that one bit.
Yeah. That, I kind of liked him there, but the rest of the time where he was just, like, really indecisive and stuff, I just wasn't really digging him. So it'd be nice to see him maybe settle into the group and, like, become an actual character rather than just a dick.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
The best thing about the show is that it doesn't just copy the book. But I would still like to see him closer to the one from the book. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, he uses like a sledgehammer, right, in the comic. That's his thing.
He's all big and... Yeah. No, not a sledgehammer. No.
It's like a pickaxe, yeah? Whatever, I just want to see him swinging around something meaty. He's a big musclehead. It needs to happen.
It needs to.
It does.
But yeah. I guess you guys don't read the book, though, do you?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I love it.
Coming.
Yeah, we'll have that big argument again about Game of Thrones versus Walking Dead. I swear by Walking Dead, it's the best thing on TV.
Why did you have to bring this up, man? Why you got to start hostilities again?
Because the podcast is only running at 2 hours long so far, so I thought you needed to make it a bit longer.
Dude, Game of Thrones is a better show than Walking Dead. Fuck off.
No, it's
not.
not.
It really is.
Johnny agrees, man.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I'm not saying...
Jon Snow, there are flashbacks now of Saturday night just stood outside going, Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Mate,
show is
I'm not saying Walking Dead is a bad show. I love it. I just think Game of Thrones is the best thing on TV.
You just Game of Thrones because boobs, though, so...
It really isn't, though, man. They got
there
swords.
are no boobs in Game of Thrones.
There's boobs in Game of Thrones, but there's, like, less. It's not really about the boobs. It's about the political intrigue and the midgets.
Yeah.
It is.
What are
It
you going to do
really
when he
is.
doesn't come back, though? You're going to be like, nah, fuck it.
What?
Glitch, that's like the biggest paycheck he's ever had in his life. He ain't going nowhere.
He is, because he's going to be in,
What are
like,
you spoiling for?
he's in the new X-Men film. Of course he's gone.
Is he
Who is
He's
playing?
busy. They haven't said.
Some sort of
His name's Cyclops.
midget superhero.
Start, yeah.
Midget superheroes.
They're
Wait.
recasting Wolverine.
Are we supposed to call them little people? Am I being really offensive
Oh
to a sub-demographic?
Oh,
I think we call him Little Mario before
Little
he eats the
Mario.
mushroom.
Mario. Why don't you just start, like, making connection to him looking like a child, and then you can have your paedophilia joke to finish off.
Oh, I don't need to now that you went there.
Oh,
Home
you
run.
went there. Home run. Home run.
Home run.
Oh, bingo card checked off.
Bingo.
Man. Love
Bingo
it.
bango.
Oh,
Benji.
is there anything you guys wanted to go over before we done and done?
Go on.
Go on then, you first.
No.
Alright,
No, you-
bluffing. I was bluffing my friend.
Can I just go back over to Tyrese then, because I really want to just touch on how great he is in the graphic novel. He's the big NFL player. He's like the famous American footballer, and so he's massive, and he just fucks everything up. So read it.
Read it.
It costs money that I don't have right now, man.
All right.
But
I'm a student. What do you think? I'm poor.
by the way, I thought of a good thing that the Kinect can do now.
What?
It can read QR codes. Boo yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
I forgot all
No,
about
it's totally
that.
worth it, guys. It's
That was
totally
tough.
worth it.
Was that a selling point? Were they seriously like, look, it can read QR codes?
I've
No,
heard
because
it's great.
imagine you buy like your £20 top up to buy one downloadable game or something. However
Yeah.
much they're going to charge for these
You
little
don't
cheats.
input the code. You just show the
No,
Kinect.
go
Like
input, you
Yes
just put
Master.
it up.
What?
You
What's
just-
going on?
You just show it the Kinect, and that's it. It reads it.
And then you get topped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So couldn't you just print off codes from the internet and show it to the Connect?
Yeah,
Couldn't
if you buy the
just
code.
put it
It'd be,
on your console.
it'd be a one-time use, though, wouldn't it, obviously?
Yeah.
Isn't there ways of generating QR codes though? There's programs that do that, right?
Yeah, but it has to be, obviously, the ones that match on their server. Like, you can't just... Yeah, but you can say that about any of the codes that you print off. They're just numbers and letters. You can print off some numbers and letters right now and try it.
But it's like, is it really a selling point though?
It's a cool feature, but it's not a selling point. Just like the stuff that I've seen with the PlayStation Eye so far, man. There's cool stuff, but it's not a selling point.
Yeah, we'll have to wait.
It might be better than putting my bank details in my PlayStation 4.
Yeah. So they get hacked again.
You didn't have to
I didn't
spell
know.
it out, Johnny.
Speaking of getting hacked, then before we go, Johnny,
Ubisoft.
what the fuck
Yeah.
happened?
They got hacked.
And how do you know this?
Watch Dogs.
What?
What?
What is
You reckon
going
it's
on?
just a PR thing?
I reckon it
He
is.
didn't
you
really
know.
get hacked. It was just a Watch Dogs PR move.
Hang on, I've heard this joke somewhere. It was weird. Go on, Johnny, own up. Who came out of this first?
Anyway, that's
What's
all we got
going
time
on?
for this week.
What's going
If you want to have a little quick rant, Janny, whilst we're on the topic of like getting hacked and stuff, did you see the DRM for the EA game? Was it Darkspore for the PC?
Yes.
Just rendered the game unplayable for people. So, what do you?
What you mean?
In
But
a
that-
word, what does in one sentence? What does that say to you?
Well, not much, because PlayStation 3's last update bricked loads of consoles, so it doesn't really... Yeah, it's neither here nor there for me. I don't really get it.
He doesn't really get it. I read that as fuck you AA and fuck you Sony, man. I think
Yeah,
we're done
that's what
here,
he said.
man. I think
They're all
we're done here. Cool. Well, if you want to get in touch with us, which I wish you had today because I put out a thing for questions and nobody came back to me. You can reach us at GSC_games on Twitter. If you want to get in contact with me, it's XWGX Lauchi on Twitter. If you want to get in contact with Johnny, it's
JIYONI_DESU.
If you want to get in contact with Jamie, it's
Jamie_Connolly.
again, that's Jamie spelled JAIME. And if you want to get in contact with Janny, it's
G5PAG.
G5PAG. All right, sweet. Well, thanks for joining me, lads.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, all of our 5 listeners, for joining us.
Cheers, guys. We appreciate it.
We do, man.
Some questions, please.
The 5 listeners include our playbacks.
Probably.
Yeah, so
See everyone next week.
we
guys.
just back to
Yeah.
leg.
Bye.
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 Bye.